This is a video about the environment lighting in Blender, which means use an environment to light your object. So let's have a look at that. I have here a sphere, only a sphere, and let me just click this off as it normally is. If I press F12 to render the image, so you can see I have no light or anything in the scene, so I just have a camera and a sphere, nothing else. I don't have any light. So if I add a light here, it's the add a point light. Come here, my render mode. I think my light is quite. Let's just go back here. It needs more power, so it's only 10 watts. Just put 1,000. Yeah. Okay. Let me just change the material here of my sphere. So as I get closer, I've got a lot more sharp shadows and sharp bright areas. So the further I go away from the object, the softer it gets. So let me just get, yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. But now I'm just going to delete this, and if I render now with no light, F12, you see that there's this kind of grayish area. So that comes from our world environment. If I come here in my world settings, yeah, I can see that the color here, it's gray. So if I put it black and I just render now, F12 to render, oh sorry, I pressed the wrong button, and it's pitch black. So let me just go back here. So if I come here on my renders and I put scene world, you can see now that my object's been lit by something else, by that environment. So if I change the environment, so these are HDRi images, which are spherical textures. Yeah. So you can see the difference. But when I render, so there's no light, but it's been lit by the environment. So if I render now, F12, still nothing there. That's because I need to tell Blender I need to set up and tell Blender to use that in the rendering. Okay, so how do we do that? Let me just go here to the website. Sorry, don't need that one. Sorry. I'm in a website called Polyhaven, and this is one of many that you can download free images, textures, models, and we're looking for HDRis. Yeah, 60K resolution, and to offer you this really nice lighting. As you can see, you have many different options here of HDRis, and you have these spheres here showing how this environment is affecting the object. Okay, so all you need to do, if I were you, I would create a folder called HDRis, because we might want to use many of them for your project. So you can come here, they're all free, so I come here and download this one, for example. Yeah, it's in my download folder, but you should keep organized and put in a nice folder, but I'll leave it there for now for the purpose of this exercise. So I can come here. There are two ways of doing this. I can use here, and as you know, I can come to my shading mode and use the nodes and connect together. So let's do this one first. Well, it's the same thing, but I just want to show many people don't like using the nodes, so you can use here. So it's the same way we apply texture. You come here to color. I am in my world properties, color, and I need to add an environment texture. Boom, that's it. And I need to choose the environment texture. Okay, so let's see the environment texture. It's in my downloads, and I had some others here. That was the one, wasn't it? Open image. Okay. I can't see yet because I'm still using the default render Blender one. So I need to tick this scene world here. Now I can see. That's my, oh, it's a nice place. So that's my texture, and that's what is lighting this this sphere, right? Let's just add, so if I render now, F12, as you can see, okay. Let me just go here to my, just bring, I'm gonna make this metallic, yeah, and I have a little bit of a color there, so now you can see my, you know, the environment being reflected on this sphere. Okay, so if I render now, that's what you see. So it gives a lot of really natural lighting, and which I find it very nice. I mean, I can increase roughness here. It depends. The material of your object is up to you. But what I'm saying, whatever material you have, the environmental lighting offers this really natural kind of lighting. If I add light now, where's the light? Oh, here, there you go. So if I add a light, as you can see, the light's still affecting it. Just put 1,000. I'm using a point light, as you can see, still affects that you still have now to the environment and the artificial light. Okay, so yes, we can come here. I can increase the radius and so on. Okay. Now, if I want to look at in the shading, in order to see that, how do I see this? I have to come here into my world, see object and world. So in the world here I can see. So this is my background. The strength is 0. And I don't know why that's not changing. And this is my image. Okay. I can come here and use a different image. Aha. That's it. Now I can here and change my image. This was some other images I had. Let me just put that one because you can see better, right? You see how good that looks. But I don't want to render that. As I say, I just want to render the lighting on my sphere. So I can come here to my render properties. Here, render. And I go down to film and I press transparent. Which didn't work for some reason. Why it didn't work? It should have worked. I don't know why. So I look at F12. Oh yeah, it is actually, it's visually there, but it's not rendering. So yeah. So now if you can render, also come here and render the cycles. And F12. It takes a bit longer, but you have a lot more natural lighting for rendering images. If you are working fast and you wanna, working for a game engine, you can just keep using Eve. But when you get to your final render, I suggest you use cycles. Okay. If I add a plane now, and scale. Let me just go back here so I can see better. There you go. You can see the difference if I go to my render not Eves. So if I press F12, that's how it renders, and now check cycles, and I press F12, it will take a bit longer, and there's a huge difference. So that's what I would like you to do for your renders. Before you deliver work, use cycles. If you save this image as a PNG, it will come with this transparency as well, which is great. Okay, that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.